This morning we're going to change the oil on this 2000 Ford Explorer. So I've placed the vehicle on rhino ramps and I'm using jack stands as a secondary precaution. So first, enter the vehicle through the driver's side door. You want to push down on the emergency brake. And then you want to pull the hood release latch. So underneath the hood, you're going to find the secondary release latch. You know, push it to your left and open up the hood. We're going to identify a few things as we look at the top of the engine. Here's where we're going to pour our oil. As you can see, it takes 5W20. Here is our oil dipstick, and right below here, underneath on the other side, on the underside of the engine, is where we'll locate our oil filter.
Yep.
Here underneath the vehicle, on the driver's side of the engine, we will find right up through here, we'll find the oil filter. We're going to remove that. And here you'll find the oil drain plug right here directly underneath the center of the engine. Okay, so I'm going to use a 13mm socket on the oil drain plug. And then you just kind of loosen it up. And then, sorry, got a little too loose. You want to make sure your oil pan is underneath the drip. And then I like to use an extension. When I do this, so then I can keep the oil plug out of the pan. Real quick, you want to wipe off the oil drain plug. You want to make sure that this part of the plug is clean, so it makes a nice clean seal against the oil drain pan when we reinstall it. So you want to take your paper towel or your rag and you want to wipe down the oil pan. Try and get a clean surface there. And then reinstall your drain plug. Go ahead and hand tighten. And then we're going to tighten it to 10 foot-pounds of torque. And so then as you use your torque wrench, again to the 10 foot-pounds of torque, you just go until it clicks.
No.
All right, so now we're going to remove the oil filter. I'm going to reach up there and I'm going to loosen it, and then we'll finish pulling it off the rest of the way. I'm going to also pull my oil pan underneath, because as you can see there's this drip here, where in case any of the oil spills out of the old. In addition, we'll use a rag to Okay, so now I'm going to use my rag to pull it off the rest of the way. So as you can see, it'll drip out, which is why you want to use the rag. And make sure you put your oil pan underneath. So now you want to take your rag and you want to wipe the oil where the oil filter is going to sit against the engine. You want to make sure that that's clean, so that you have a nice clean seal. So for our oil change today, we're going to be using the AMSOIL Signature Series. We're going to be using the 5W20 like we're supposed to, and we're going to replace the old oil filter with the AMSOIL EA 011 oil filter. We're going to go ahead and install this now. So the first step is you want to take a little bit of the new oil that you're going to put into the vehicle, and you want to dip your finger in, just get a little bit on your finger, and we're going to rub this on the seal of the new oil filter. This is going to help seal it against the engine. Okay, so we just slip it right up and through. then you just, okay, so this holds 6 quarts of the 5W20. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove the oil cap. I'm gonna put in my funnel. And I'm gonna add my first quart of oil. Here's the second quart. Here's the third quart. Here's the fourth quart. Here's the fifth quart. So this is the 6th quart, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour in about half of it, and then we'll run the engine, and then what we'll do is we'll take it off the ram jacks and the jack stands and put it level, and then we'll fill it to the appropriate level. So now we're going to remove the funnel because we still got about a half a quart left to put in, but we want to remove it off the jack stands and then run it so then we can get an accurate fill. Okay, so what we're going to do first before we take it off the ram jacks and jack stands, sorry, I forgot this step, is we're going to actually run it now and we're going to check for leaks. No leaks from the oil plug. No leaks from the oil filter. So first what we're going to do is we're going to double check our oil level to make sure that we're good and see how close we are. And as you can see, we're still below the line, so we're gonna go ahead and add in our last half quart. So we're gonna go ahead and add in the last half quart. Now that we've added our last half quart, we just want to double check again. We should be right where we need to be, but we're just gonna double check it. And as you can see, we're right there in the middle between the end and the full. We're right there in the middle.